Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is...
Yeah, KGR, welcome to my YouTube channel. First, I just want to thank the Lord for another beautiful day. January. It's cold in New York. It's not a joke. It's about, what is that, 27 degrees. But somebody has to still do the dirty job. You know, what are you going to do? You have people who walk outside. You have people who walk inside. I just happen to be the one who's walking outside, who's taking all the bullets. But anyway, you know, if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Are free. That's the only way you're going to help me continue to climb this mountain that I'm climbing. Shout out to Brooklyn. What do we have here? 2002 on the CRV. I'm going to be replacing the star on this car. You know, I bought the star already. Bought it from the internet, all these things. They don't have a part number. So you bought it from, that's it right there. But I'm gonna bring you guys along and show you exactly what I've did so far to get to where I am. You know, like I always say, explanation is always the best way to go in this kind of job, because sometimes all these things are time consuming, you know, so I hope you understand that. But you can always feel free to reach me out with comments, and I will always return back to you. And I even have my number in the screen. When my intro comes on, you can always call me. KG will always answer, you know, help you out in any way that I can help you out. Like I always say, it takes one to know one, it takes two to tango. We all need each other to survive. But I'm going to bring you guys along and show you exactly what I've done and where I am right now. And like I always say also, if you're waiting for the teacher to cover every subject in the classroom, you will never graduate. Sometimes you just have to skip and, you know, jump here and there to explain exactly how this thing is going to be done. So let me bring you guys along and show you KG. You know my slogan. Let's go. We're getting it right now. So to do this job, first, you see the hair box, the battery. You know, you gotta lose the battery, take off the battery, the air box. All of that have to come out. You gotta take out this guy. Let me show you. There's some 4 bolts. This guy right here, there's a 4 bolts right here. But there's a hose that comes here and here. Those hoses right there, you have to disconnect those hoses. When you put that aside, you don't have to lose it here. You put that aside. And this intake manifold, right? Let me show you also. Alright. So the intake manifold, right? Let's make sure we can cover this thing one time. Please bear with me. Trying to make this thing. All right. So the intake bolt, right? You just have 3. You're gonna be working with a lot of 12. We have 3 of these, 3 bolts, and 2 nuts. Just be mindful of this. These bolts, see, they are different, so you don't miss them. So this one is for that controller body. We'll put that aside there. So once you do all of that, you know, obviously you have to disconnect some hoses, and there are some plug you have to disconnect here and all of that. So this is where I'm at right now. So, and I lose this guy also. You don't want to break it. Let me put this guy backward. So now when you get here now, this is where I am. So for this thing to come out, it's going to come through this way. That's where I am right now. Because I'm trying to bring it up here. Apparently it's not coming out. So it's going to come through this way. That's why I make some room here. So let me see if I can be able to get it down here. There's a hole right here. Let me take that and I'm going to show you. Thank God that it didn't break. Oh, the battery got connected. Alright, let me take off that connector. I'll bring you guys back, show you. I almost got in trouble there. So there's a connector here. So this is where this thing is gonna stay. See, you always learn every day. Remember, I always say that. So there's a connector here that's going right here. I didn't really see that connector there, so I was just thinking something else was holding it. Where? So let me bring the camera, show you guys, so you learn from my mistake. Isn't that the way we always learn? See right there? So I was just pulling it. Luckily, I was really lucky that the thing is yank out, cut off. You know, that would be a big gigantic mess. So this is the starter right here. The reason why you have to take off the intake, I know sometimes people they want to try to do it from under the bottom, you know, but this is the best way I think you can be able to do it. Just be mindful, there's a knock sensor right here, and that's the bolt right there. We're gonna take off and that, and open up here. Be mindful. See, this thing is rusted. That car. I remember I walked on one vehicle. I think it was a Honda. I think it was a Honda Accord. Cause it's almost they have this car and the Honda Accord. I think it was 2003. They have the same engine. Just be mindful. So when I did that car, this pipe was rusted. I didn't really see that so when I was trying to use the tools to lose it, this thing just crashed and started leaking, you know. So in any way, let me go ahead and take off the starter. You guys see the starter right there. KG, I'll be right back. All right, so if you can make it all the way down here, you're in a ball game right now. So there's a 12 like I was saying here. Excuse me, I'm trying to put on my gloves because the weather is cold in New York. So there's this 12 right here that you take out on this pin right here. I end up you know, unplugging a knock sensor. So this one right here is 14, this one is 17. I break it loose already, but it's kind of tight. I try to put up this socket because sometimes when you use the straight socket, the extension, you might be, this ratchets at me, you might have a problem. See what I did? So when you're using the straight one, it's gonna be hitting on something right there. So like this one is very good. It works very well in this kind of All right, so let me go ahead and finish losing that. I'll be back. All right, so there's two bolts that is holding the starter. The one at the bottom is the 17, like I was saying before. It has a long one. So I'm gonna put some more penetrating oil on it here so the thing don't seize. So that's the first one. Then the other one is a 14. That's the way it looks. So now the starter, I'm gonna shake it up a little bit. There we go. I'm gonna bring it out. That's it right there. So I'm gonna bring the new one, match it up.
You had to take this out to get to it?
Yep. Exactly. So see, it's the same. Just be mindful, right? If you look down here, because there was a car I was working on, right? You see this pin, the way it's standing right there? So the one that I was going to replace, right? This pin was kind of like a slide right here, so the pin cannot go in. You have to make sure you check it very well, make sure it's a straight pin, so you can be able to get it right. If it's coming like this, you can't be able to get it in. So just be mindful whenever you get it started. I always look at that, make sure it's the same thing. So everything is the same. So we're gonna go ahead now and put that bad boy in there, and wrap up this thing. All right, so and anyway, I'm gonna take some break. Like I said, it's cold in New York. We'll be right back. Commercial 19. All right, so the starter is gonna go back in there right now. Let me put a WD-40 on that hole there, so it'll be good. There we go. I know the other one wasn't that bad, but the 17 was really bad. So we're gonna go ahead and get that boy back in there. It goes like this. A little bit mindful, like I said, there's a knock sensor there. The last thing you wanna do, I wanna go and break that boy there. Okay. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna start the bottom bolt first. And start the 19 first. I'll put a penetrating oil in, like I said. Make sure that we're good. Anything that you can do to make your life easy, you will do it, right? You will agree with me, right? Okay, just said that anything that you can do to make your life easy. So I'm gonna bring the other 14. We'll penetrating oil in it as well. Here we go. I'm gonna put that guy in there. Alright, so you just saw what I did. So let me go ahead and tie that, and so we can save time. So at this time we can go right now and unplug that knock sensor back in there. Put that right there. Hear that clip? So I tied those two already. We're gonna put this guy back in there. Let's make sure you check if there's like any mold or something on it. Just file it up, make it clean. Look nice so you have a better contact. We're gonna go ahead and put that washer in there. And we'll put this. There's a 2 washer there. One small, other one. There's a 12 knot. Put that 12 knot. You know, sometimes it's hard when you're walking with like a gloves in your hand. Sometimes you can't be able to get that knot right in there the way you want it. Because it's cold too. Alright, so we got it in. So we're gonna get a 12 now. Tie that up. The 12. Alright, once it's finished tying, you cover it with a rubber boot. Protect it against water and all of that. So this guy now, we can put this guy in there now. Everything looks good there. Put that guy in there. Just like that. It's a little funny though. See, it has a little coat on it, but you want to make sure the pin goes in first. Because if you push it in like that, it might take it in. It might not be in. You want to make sure you pull up that coat part. Make sure that rubber back and make sure that, okay, so now it goes in. So now you're confident that it's in, then you cannot put the rubber boot. Okay, you want to make sure you do all that. So that one is done now. So the next thing, we're going to bring this guy back in here. And KG, don't forget to reconnect this. And then we'll continue the job. So let me fight my way through here again. You guys saw me when I was fighting. So I'll bring you guys back on the other side. Tank was in KG. Right back. So the intake is back. I was contemplating on taking that hose, but I didn't do that, you know, so I was just able to, like, patience. It really needs a lot of patience. So with patience and all of that, so I was able to do that. Just be mindful. Patience is the key to unravel all of this. make sure that there's no hose falling somewhere. But the last thing I want to do is to pinch the hose. Was back there. So this hose right here is going to the one is going down here. The hose is going down here. And this one is going here. And you start to connect everything. Hose going right here. Alright, so now we can put the 3 bolts. Make sure you start up the bolts, everything. Make sure everything goes in first before you start doing anything. There are 12 bolts of the same length, so you don't have to worry about that. I can use this one to go on it with my hand. See where it's going nice and easy. Beautiful. That's what you want. You don't want to thread it wrongly. Beautiful. So this hose is coming right here. So the other one I was talking about is going to the PCV valve at the bottom there. And this is going right there on this one. Tie this. Yeah, this hose come like this. Clip right in there so that you can protect it. Alright, so now pull this nut. 12 nuts. So when you're walking on the cold, right, you know, most of the time, like I'm wearing a suit, I don't really feel cold like that, but on my feet. So probably somebody might recommend a good boot. You know, not like a snow boot, the boot that will keep your feet warm in the cold, in the snow, in everything. So if you know any boots that you'll be using and it's good for winter, not just like the one you wear you going outside like no, the one I'm talking about you stand in the cold for at least, you're talking about good 3 hours. I don't know if there's any boot like that that can be able to sustain you. You know, that's what I'm talking about. So anyway, I'm going to tie those down, then I'm going to put this trailer body, start to reconnect everything. KG, be right back. So I'm going to go ahead and put on the trailer body, like I was saying earlier. This hose right here, this hose, and there's a connector right down there that's going on the trailer body. So I'm going to go ahead and put that guy in there, and now we'll continue. So you won't be able to see what I'm doing. So sometimes on these segments, I don't like to show the video, but you won't see anything, so it won't make sense. You agree with me? Okay, so once you put back the trailer body, just go ahead and guide all this 12. Just run it down. There are 4. So you run it down with your hand first. It should be free, really free. Okay. So my battery is kind of running low. I'm gonna go ahead and tie all this, and I will be back. So everything seems to be back on. Just be mindful of this hair box. Sometimes those 8 bolts, they can be really rusted. I have to spray it. Take your time. This hose too, very stubborn. So you have to make sure these hoses come out with this, so that you don't mess up that one. So we're gonna put the battery down and wrap up this thing. Everything looks good. KG. This is KG. The car just started. Running beautiful. Park for a while. By the time when it starts, I'm grateful for that. So that's pretty much it on this vehicle right here. I'm sorry I couldn't show that much. You know, it's a cold day, and you know how it goes. This thing is time consuming. But question, comment, KG will always reply, or you call me. That's it. Please consider subscribing. That's the only way you can help me out. Subscriptions are free. I really appreciate that. That's the way this channel will continue to grow. Brooklyn, love you. Shout out. See you on my next episode. KG, love you. Peace. I am gone.